Yo, yo, what's up, everybody? Sorry I'm getting at you guys late. It's 10 o'clock. Most people might be up, though, depending on where you live. If you live out on the East Coast, of course, you're at midnight. And if you're up till midnight, that means you're probably like me. Either have really bad insomnia or too caffeinated, one or the other. But wanted to hit y'all up with a couple more treats. Tomorrow I'm gonna do 2 or 3 Alejandro songs. You guys got my word on that. But I'm still gonna kind of continue with my theme for the evening, or for the week, I shall say. Sorry, I'm still trying to fiddle around with all this new stuff I got, and I hope the audio and everything comes in clear. I know the camera isn't. There we go. Anyways, so this video right here that I'm going to be pulling up actually did scare the crap out of me. And I'll tell you one thing, it takes a lot for me to get scared. Watched The Exorcist at a very young age. I don't know if you guys knew of the stories, and I don't know how much of it was hyperbolic or if it was just real. I mean, I don't know, but there were reports that people were leaving The Exorcist, the theater that night, vomiting, extreme paranoia, anxiety. I mean, that movie really messed with a lot of people. So, we watched it, and I thought, like, okay, it's scary, and if you're religious like myself, is it a possibility? Yes, it is, but, small as it may be, it still can happen, which scared the living crap out of me. But I'll tell you, the one movie that really got me for some reason was the Blair Witch Project. I mean, I had mentioned I loved ghost hunting far before any of the TV shows that came out. And there used to be this website called Shadowlands Ghost Page, and I don't know if it's still up or not, I haven't checked. But they taught you how to go ghost hunting. One of them to respect, to respect where they are in life or afterlife, by saying a prayer. Don't use Ouija boards or divine rods. Don't smoke cigarettes or go there drinking alcohol. And when you leave, say a parting prayer so that nothing bad or evil follows you home. And even though here I am, all psyched up to do it, I was the first one to be like, nope, I am out. I'm going to go sit in the car. Y'all who agreed to come with me can finish this on your own. That's how much of a chicken shit I got. The second, third time I did it, though, I got a little bit better, and I caught a few strange voices. I mean, undeniable voices when you're just, there's 3 of you, but, one is in the basement not making any noise. The second one is outside, and then it's me on the upstairs level, and clear as day, female voice, and there was no females with this, so that jump-started my curiosity once again. But if you're talking about just straight up people who have huge cojones when it comes to ghosts, it's Arab ghost hunters. During their whole time that they're ghost hunting, they're saying their prayer to Allah, and I mean, the craziest shit happens to them where, even the narrator, Nukes, Top 5's narrator, even he's like, that would take a lot to pull off all at once if it was fake. Maybe if it was, your studio quality or something, but obviously where it's at, it's not studio quality. You could see by the dust on the ground, it hasn't been disturbed. And these guys, I mean, they see something, they go running after it. Whereas all the American ones, ghost hunters, they go running away from it. I would say 99% of American ghost hunters run away from it, and myself included. I mean, we're scared of the unknown. Shoot, we don't know what the hell it could do to us. But these guys, I mean, they are brave as fudge. The second one would be Japanese people. They now they have a weird one. Either you have like a 50-50 split. Some of them are really courageous and will just confront it. There's this one video that freaked the living shit out of me. They're in this demonic house. It's all dilapidated, and you know this company who purchased the town wants to bulldoze it to make it to make more condominiums, but they're having problems that something's scaring off all the workers, and so they call them in, and the guy says, whatever you do, just close every door behind you. And they both are kind of like, oh, that's an odd request, okay. So then when they get there, they're closing all the doors, and they're finding that the doors are open, and when they're pointing their cameras to the ground, they can't see it, and it takes a lot to notice it, but you can see a pair of feet hiding behind like curtains and stuff like that, except the curtains are straight flat, so it doesn't, I mean, you wouldn't be able to put two and two together here. So by the end of the ghost hunt, one of the guys, they were in this prayer room, and I had mentioned this little prick that had shit all over my house once, this and that. Well, since he was from Japan, he had this gong and this whole setup where they had to pray like so many hours a day. And in this house, they're praying, where the prayer room is at. This ghost hunter standing on one side of it with the doors closed, so he's standing outside of the prayer room. And inside the prayer room, up comes his face and these two hands. And it comes and looks at the glass. And the guy has his camera right steady on it. And you can see that it's almost translucent. Like, there's a form, but you can see right through it. And the guy goes up to it, puts his hands there, and then opens a door. And I'm like, there is hardly one ghost hunter that would do that here in the United States. So, I give it up to Arab ghost hunters and Japanese ghost hunter, because those two right there, they got it. So, this one is a pretty damn interesting one. First time I seen it, just the sound, it really got me. The cry, I can't explain it, but you guys will hear. So, without further ado, here's top scary ghost videos to cry yourself to sleep tonight.
3 was in use for surgery at the time, working in an undisclosed hospital in North Carolina. So early one morning, Russ is called in to monitor an emergency surgery. While on the operating floor, he takes a look at the CCTV camera feeds and notices something truly bizarre in another operating room that's supposed to be empty.
This place is f***ing haunted. Let me show you something, bro. Alright, so look. This is channel 1. That's room 1, right? This thing is standing in the f***ing corner. Room 1 is all the way down there. It's the last door. Nobody's in here. We got people in room 3 doing surgery, but nobody's in here. Look. I've been chilling at the desk and this thing said movement detected. We got people in here, but not room 1, and that thing is gone.
An odd, pale, translucent figure that seems to be wearing a hospital gown can be seen standing in room 1, a hospital room used for C-sections. Russ explains that only room number 3 was in use for surgery at the time, while room number 1, this room, was completely empty. No one was there, nor was anyone even allowed in there. Russ believes the hospital to be haunted. But what do you think? Could this be the ghost of a patient who didn't survive, stuck forever inside the hospital? Let me know. The Weeper. A little over a year ago, a Japanese man who goes by the name Yama Q was looking for a rental home. He found a nice 40-year-old renovated house in Japan with an incredibly low rental price. Yama was blown away and he happily signed the rental contract right away. But as you might suspect, Yama soon discovered just why the house's rental price was so low. You see, the home carries a bit of a dark history. The house's previous owner tragically passed away inside the home's bathroom from an undisclosed illness. Only 4 months after Yama moves in, strange things begin to happen in the dead of night.
This is the one I was talking about, guys. It's freaky. Look at this.
Yama Q starts a YouTube channel and begins to record the increasingly spooky activity around his home.
Nothing.
Night after night, a mysterious knocking sound can be heard coming from the bathroom. No matter how hard he tries, Yama-Q is never able to find the source. He has no idea what could be causing this terrifying phenomenon. One night, Yama is a bit disturbed when a neighborhood dog shows up at his home. The dog is usually quiet and friendly, but this time it seems distressed by something. The dog aggressively growls and barks at something Yama can't see. The next day, he finds the dog back at its neighborhood home, safe and sound and friendly as always. But that certainly isn't the end of Yama-Q's paranormal problems. Only 9 months after moving in, he experiences something truly terrifying.
Oh, to this day, he's already experienced it. This right there freaks me out. Okay, just listen to it. I mean, it just sounds like an old person crying. This one scared those Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't go up too loud. Sorry, guys, if it does. Yep, I'm gone. The power of Christ compels you.
A blood-curdling wail can be heard coming from right outside Yama's living room window. But when he goes outside to investigate, the creepy moaning suddenly just stops. As Yama-Q's YouTube audience grows, his many shocked viewers request that he get better equipment to capture the supernatural phenomena. Yama orders a thermal imaging camera and waits for his next opportunity to record and capture what's going on in his home. And this is where things take a turn towards the truly bizarre, because 1 month later, this happens.
Ready to some hot scalding water. Alright. Do you guys think that was post-edited? Something about it to me feels authentic. I don't know what it is. You know, when you watch some of these videos, if any of you guys are into these videos, I love these videos. Usually the ones that bring the most authenticity are the ones that go about trying to correct the situation or handle it, or bring in, you know, someone along. But the dead giveaway for most groups, ghost hunter groups, most people who ghost hunt, things like that. Shh. Did you hear that? Oh shit, did you see that? Oh wait, be quiet. Can you hear that? Dude, I just heard footsteps. It's like they're leading the charge in order to convey to others what they heard, without others being able to say, yo, I thought I heard this. Like healthy dialogue. They don't have any of that. Here the guy's by himself, so of course, you know, he doesn't have dialogue with anybody. He's not, you know, he has nobody to talk to. That's why he's documenting it. And yeah, to me, I mean, not once in this, I mean, he seems somewhat shaken up, but he's not like every moment like, do you hear that? Did you see that? Did you watch that? And that's what I like about him. He's even if he might be a ghost hunter or not, that's still some courage. But that cry, man.
With 2 cameras ready, Yama goes on the attack as he throws boiling hot water at the spot where the weeping voice seems to be coming from. Whatever is making the noise seems to cry out as the scalding water is thrown, and then all goes quiet. But nothing shows up on the thermal imaging camera. These days, unfortunately, Yamaku's increased YouTube popularity has led to unwelcome strangers discovering his address in Japan, and sometimes they just show up at his house unannounced in the hopes of experiencing some of the paranormal activity for themselves.
That's just as scary.
何ですか？
いや、ギャーギャーギャーギャーうるさいって言うから、
はい。
自分で打ち上がりするのに、
はい。
それで、
警察呼びますよ。
別に呼ぶものとも変わらずに、
はい。
Troubled and stressed out by the creepy stalker-like visits, Yamaku shares on his YouTube page that sadly, he'll be uploading less often. To this day, Yamaku still experiences horrifying events at his haunted home in Japan. But is it real? Could the wailing voice and aggressive knocking be the spirit of the previous owner who passed away in the bathroom? Let me know what you think.
I'm not trying to find out either.
Mirror, mirror. Paranormal investigator Amy from the YouTube channel Shadow Hunters UK TV is joined by fellow ghost hunters Moxley's Paranormal and Ghosts on Trent as they stay at the infamously haunted 30 East Drive in Pontefract, England. They say that long ago on this very same location, a monk was hanged for taking the life of a young girl. The house is said to be haunted by his angry spirit, which they call the Black Monk. Throughout the house, there are CCTV cameras installed, and one of them captures a very bizarre and chilling event, as Amy simply looks at herself in the upstairs bedroom mirror.
She looks like a witch. That's what usually happens.
She makes like the creepy smile.
Amy's face appears to distort into a horrifying gaping maw. Her mouth opens up to such an impossible extent that the investigators believe that they might have captured a paranormal transfiguration. The video is definitely very creepy and doesn't appear to be a digital glitch. But just what do you think happened here? Let me know down in the comments. You can watch the full two-part investigation at the Haunted 30 East Drive over on the YouTube channel, Shadowhunters UK TV. The Demon Down the Hall. Supernatural investigator Cody Aaron says in his YouTube and TikTok videos that he doesn't believe that ghosts are real, or at least that they aren't the lingering spirits of humans. Instead, he believes that all paranormal experiences are actually demonic in nature. Cody says that he has successfully helped troubled families struggling with demonic presences for years. So when a family member reaches out to Cody about the terrifying activity occurring in their office building, the concerned investigator doesn't hesitate to offer a helping hand. But what he encounters in this office building even takes him by surprise. Cody records as he explores the creepy empty office space at night. What happens next is downright chilling.
Okay, you guys, so this is the door that moves on its own, and that's the chair that moves on its own. And I'm just tired, you know, there's absolutely nothing here this time. I've not seen anything.
Give me 1 second, guys.
It's 9:46, and usually
Almost fell.
everything happens by this time, but nothing's going on. There was way more people than what's usually here today, so I kind of guess maybe that's what it is, and I'm just gonna call it a day. I'll start again tomorrow maybe, and we'll see what. Okay, so I'm the only one here right now, and the door just closed on its own.
Did you see it? Cody is completely unaware of what appears to be a small girl standing right behind him.
Unless they have one ugly long-haired mutt. You know, maybe you got the 2 eyes, the long nose, the droopy ears, looking in a different direction, but I don't, yeah, that, oof. You know, I mentioned this the other night, and I need to look it up before just saying it, because just saying it gives it no validity. But I know somewhere in there it says about children in the Bible that, you know, since children's souls are so pure and cleansed that they don't linger on this earth, they go straight to heaven. So what we see when we have children, babies, whatever, you know, haunting, are oftentimes just demons impersonating babies, which to me is totally effed up.
I'll start again tomorrow maybe, and we'll see what. Okay, so I'm the only one here right now, and the door just closed on its own.
Did you see it? Cody is completely unaware of what appears to be a small girl standing right behind him. When he walks into the room the figure appeared in, a door behind him slams shut. After reviewing his spooky footage, the investigator decides to return for another night. And it did not go well.
Okay, so I'm here by myself. All of these green lights means that there's no motion, right? Look in this room. What in the world is that? That is insane. I have never seen something like this.
See, and stuff like that I also believe, because it's emanating its own light. It's producing its own source of light. It's not, I mean, you can tell where the light cuts off. I'm pointing at the screen here, but where the light cuts off from the hallway light, and right there in that corner you have what looks like, you know, a copier machine, fax machine, and it's, like I said, it's almost like if it were bioluminescent, like, you know, how some octopuses are, or other creatures. It looks like it's just creating its own light source, and that to me is one, it's for somebody who is getting, you know, fairly familiar with, you know, what it takes to, you know, put together these videos after you react and edit them and make them look nice. You know, asking some of these other people, you know, advice and questions about, you know, video editing, this and that. They're like, you know, you're gonna need all this memory, high computer, this and that. And then I'm like, does it take long? We're like, well, it depends on, you know, how well you want it done. Like, you know, even some of the best editors can take days to render, you know, one single, you know, a few frames of shots. So it just depends, and that's what makes it very, to me, plausible that even back in the day, while we were catching ghosts on what, you know, I now call potato phones, because they would just come off so blocky, and I don't know how we ever watched that crap, but it was just so blocky that you couldn't make out a single thing. And it seems like that's still going on today, which pisses me off, because we have 4K, we have 8K, we have all these freaking tools at our disposal, and we do not use them for some reason. And we should have the answer to this by now, but I guess not.
This is directly beside me in the next room. Did you see that? It disappeared. What in the world? Okay. I'm going over. I have to see what this is. See, and look. Here is the motion detection for me in this rig. There I am on the screen. There's no motion detection. Look, it's moving. And there's no motion detection right there. That is nuts. Look at that. Let's do it. Okay, yeah.
Fuck that.
I'm gonna need Eric's help for this. I'm not gonna do this by myself.
Wow. I haven't seen this in a while.
Let's do it. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna need Eric's help for this. I'm not gonna do this by myself.
Cody is shocked when suddenly a loud voice yells, "Leave." So could it be that the office building is haunted by a demonic presence? Or could it all just be an elaborate hoax? you decide. You can
See, and another thing that gets me too is while he's sitting there filming and he hears that, he automatically shakes up. So it's not like he was anticipating it. Unless you're a hell of a good actor like Robert Downey Jr. when you're saying like, hey, you got, or a Benedict Cumbersnatch, or you got like that one chance. I mean, I think that was, unless somebody's messing with him, that even got me. I mean, that just sounds demonic, evil. Stay the hell away from me, that's all I gotta say.
You can check out more paranormal moments over on Cody Aaron's TikTok page and YouTube channel. Signs and Signals. Ghost hunters Dave and Dell from the YouTube channel Signs and Signals were contacted by one of their viewers about a home that they were renovating to be sold. During renovations, they experienced loud, unexplained knocking and banging, and objects seemed to mysteriously move around all on their own. The renovators got so spooked that they put a complete stop to the project. The house has been sitting empty ever since, with no hope of it ever being sold. Dave and Dell head out to investigate the house and search for a possible cause for the unexplained terrifying events. As soon as the guys arrive and step out of their car, they already hear strange banging sounds coming from inside the dark, creepy house.
I got it.
Look, dude. You hear that, right?
Yeah.
It's just...
Dude, I'm not going in there. You are out of your mind if you think I'm going in there.
Dude, that's what they say they hear in here. But damn, yeah, I know. That's so like what we heard before.
Where's the flashlight? You got the flashlight?
Yeah.
Sure, I ain't going in
Get the
there.
bag. Get the bag.
Grab me some Mountain Dew. Shoot.
What the man?
God damn.
Dude, come on, man. I know.
I know for a
got to
fact
go
I
in
can
here.
do it. I can do it.
I don't know, dude. What are we supposed to do? She said this was like a...
So quick little something. This house that I own here, this very house, my stepfather passed away in this house, and my mom found him first, and then my mom called me, and at the time I was married, and our house was like maybe 5 miles west from here, and so we were relatively close, and I rushed down, and of course he's just laying there on the floor, and he had died peacefully in his sleep, thank God. He didn't have any pain or anything, and this was about 7-8 years ago, and so my niece and her husband, they immediately asked me and my mom and my, of course her dad, my brother, if they could move in, and of course they would pay rent and keep up the house and all that. Well, they did a lousy, shitty job at keeping up the house, because that's why we're renovating it right now. I mean, it looks like terrible. I don't have this up because of how bad the house looks. I have this up because of my art and my canvases, and with the oil paint, it seems to dry really, really slow. So that's why you might hear that fan in the background. But nonetheless, they said they always heard things in here, like loud footsteps, because all of it's wood floor, like loud footsteps going, or that the kitchen, like 1 minute she'll be doing dishes, she'll turn around the next second and all the drawers, everything, cabinets are completely open, all this crap. So of course when, I take over, I'm like, I don't want to be around this shit, screw that. And nothing has ever happened. I mean, I have yet to really see anything to make me a believer, even though I do believe there's something. I just can't accept that we go into an afterlife where we're just knocking and throwing shit around and closing doors, or I mean, that just sounds preposterous to me. Like, that's the afterlife? I mean, yeah, I certainly hope not. But anyways, I just wanted to share that about this house. Oh, And by the way, so once my niece and her husband moves, it follows them. It continues to start acting up again. And we think, and he thinks that it's attracted to him. My niece's husband. She happens to believe that it might be his father. But who knows what it is, or who knows what kind of, spirits or entities he brought upon himself. I have no clue.
Problem that was going on.
Well, she said there were bangs like this?
Yeah, I mean, she said that the cruise was getting run up by bangs and things moving around and shit. If this is a paranormal thing, then we need to have this on camera. Yeah.
Was that a bird?
Yeah.
Dude, Dale.
Like him. Yo.
Dude, that's right.
Anybody in here?
Dave and Dell look through the entire house and find nothing and no one to explain the banging sounds they heard. Then, things get weird.
Ain't nobody in this house. Is anybody here that want to communicate?
While exploring one of the rooms, loud banging absolutely scares the out of the two ghost hunters, and they make a run for it. Then before they can even get out, a heavy hallway door slams shut right in front of them. After uploading their video to YouTube, many viewers requested that the two investigators head back to the haunted house one final time. Slightly terrified, the two friends agree. When they are about to enter the building through the front door, Dave hears something.
Whoa. You scared the shit out of me. Sound like you scared about yourself. Hello?
Yeah, those guys were something.
Dave tries to joke around as they are about to enter the house, but both of the guys are feeling quite a bit nervous. Once inside, the two friends search through the entire house, checking every room. But, well, nothing happens and no one's there. But then, they hear something horrifying.
I know you're f***ing with me, dude.
Is that up? That ain't upstairs, that's back there. Listen.
Oh, that's a child's play box. That's cliche.
It is. It's back here.
It's the creepiest thing I've ever heard.
That is cliche.
Hello? Dale, you f***ing with me, are you?
No. I got the knife.
I swear to God, if you're
I got the knife. Just let me get it. Hello? Open the door. How do you ever even play the music? Man, you crazy for going in there.
Well, we can't just run from this shit. People give us so much shit for this.
What the am I looking at?
Alright, now's the time to tell me if you're really messing with me. Are you messing with me?
Yeah, I walked all the way back here and
I don't know, you do some crazy shit, dude.
yeah. Look, how did that thing come out? Like, straight up, bro. That's I ain't messing with you.
Reflection.
Look, how did that thing come out?
Barely.
Yeah. Look, how did that thing come out?
It covers up the barely.
Dave and Dell find a music box playing inside one of the bedroom closets. When Dave turns toward Dell, a dark figure can be seen in the reflection of a mirror hanging on the closet door. whoever or whatever it is appears to just be watching the two investigators from the other room. Dave and Dell decide to leave the house, having no clue of what they just captured. You can watch this entire two-part investigation over on the YouTube channel, Signs and Signals. Creepy Crawler. A high school student from Boswell, Pennsylvania is walking home from her friend's house late one night when she begins to notice someone is following her. Fearing the worst, the girl takes out her phone and begins to record as she gathers her courage and turns to confront her unknown stalker. What she sees shocks her to the core.
Who's there?
A humanoid-like creature with glowing eyes stands up on two legs before seemingly beginning to chase her on all fours. Luckily, the high school girl got away unharmed, left with only nightmares about the terrifying encounter and a very strange video. So what do you think can be seen in this footage? Is it an unknown creature, or maybe just a person with freakishly odd proportions and glowing eyes? Either way, you decide.
Who's there?
Along for the ride. In this next creepy video, a man on a bicycle can be seen making his way through the streets of a town somewhere in Japan. A camera mounted to his bike helmet captures something absolutely terrifying. The man slams on his brakes when suddenly a woman appears out of nowhere at the corner. However, when he turns around, the woman has out of nowhere at the corner. However, when he turns around, the man slams on his brakes when suddenly a woman appears out of nowhere at the corner. However, when he turns around, the woman has disappeared. Later, when he arrives at his destination, his helmet camera captures the terrifying disfigured apparition standing right behind him. What happened to the man is a mystery. Could the strange figure be the spirit of a traffic accident victim out for revenge on whoever crosses her path? Unfortunately, as with most Japanese videos, the source on this one is completely unknown. So we'll just never know. What lurks in the tunnels? Paranormal investigator L from the YouTube channel K&L Ghost Hunters travels to the historic Smethwick Baths in Birmingham, England. The swimming center was built in the 1930s and used as an air raid shelter and morgue during the Second World War. Underneath the building, there's an elaborate system of tunnels. Now, during the construction of these tunnels, over 300 bodies were found buried here. All of them were victims of the plague that swept through the country during medieval times. With such a long, dark history, it's really no surprise that the building and the tunnels are said to be haunted. One particular angry spirit has been reported to be aggressive towards women. Elle is completely alone down in the tunnels when she captures something truly unnerving.
So here I am, it's my big baths, on my own, no K. He's got a bad tooth. Yeah, another tunnel. Absolute madness. Let's rewind and look at that again.
who or whatever this is does not have a torch. There is a low-hanging pipe here, I'm 5'3" and I have to duck down. So either this is a very short person or a child. But let's be clear, children are not allowed in this part of the building or indeed on a paranormal investigation. As the site is a health and safety nightmare, I had to receive permission to walk the tunnels on my own. Without a torch, the chances are that you will probably hit your head on one of the low pipes or slip down one of the massive drains.
A dark figure can be seen walking behind Elle without a flashlight, yet somehow effortlessly maneuvering around the low-hanging pipes and dangerous open drains. Could it be that this is the dark spirit that has a hatred for women, stalking Elle as she explores alone? Let me know what you think.
Down with
You
that.
can watch this entire investigation and many more spooky adventures over on the YouTube channel K&L Ghost Hunters. Caught on CCTV. This next creepy video was sent in to me by a Nukes Top 5 viewer.
Okay, so real quick, like I'm not real big on the CCTV videos unless they're inside like a building, hospitals, police stations, things like that. Just because it's more of a controlled atmosphere, you usually don't have, you know, all these dust particles and bugs and rain and you name it, you know, that could skew your view. Any CCTV footage that you get, like let's say like in England, or I mean London, anywhere, it's always, you know, it always looks a little like it's open for interpretation, and that's, you know, CCTV footage shouldn't be relied on that heavily. You know, that's why I really don't believe in you know, ring cam or whatever, or what's the other one? I know they have ring and the other ones. That's why I really don't believe in those, because I think they're just, honestly, they're not. Their compression rate for one is so slow that it can make the most harmless thing look evil. I haven't seen, I mean, I've seen this video before, but it's been such a long time that it feels like this is the first time I'm watching it.
But after further contact, I was never able to determine a direct source. Viewer Yul Pedroso claims that this footage was captured by CCTV cameras in Guam. The video shows a few cars parked outside a building, when someone watching the CCTV feed notices something truly disturbing.
Oh, we don't know the right? Yeah, look at that. Oh,
The size of that.
there's a lot of them. That's why it is.
There's like 3 or 4.
He's on top of the
Standing on
car.
a car.
Yeah, top of the car.
Are the kids or adults?
Standing top of the car?
Yeah.
Standing clear at the top of the car.
Seeing it, compression rates
Yeah.
are slow.
Dancing. Yeah, dancing. Shaking the shit side to side. Like this, huh? Like this. Look at that. They're kids. They're like this. Yeah, go look at it, huh?
It's not like this.
I see it doing this before. It was smaller and a little bit like chop, you know, thick. Yeah, look at that.
The hood now, right?
Yeah, it's in the hood. In the hood and the windshield. You got one foot on the windshield.
See it, huh?
Yeah. Look. You go up again.
So weird.
You go up again on the roof. Hold that front of yours and look at the hood on the roof. See the footprints?
Yeah.
See if he's got
I'm telling you, call her now.
see if he's got footprints on the top.
Okay, where's your phone? Can you call her up?
Yeah.
You know what I was outside? On the side of my eyes, I saw somebody on the inside, real quick. And then all of a sudden I kept saying, no, that couldn't be a dog. Because if it's a dog, maybe the grass will be moving.
Where's she calling her now?
486. The 9223.
Oh, somebody's coming in or a light one.
Not only one?
That's it, right? He moved away.
Someone suddenly appears to be standing on top of a car. Whoever or whatever it is on the CCTV footage seems to move about in a very strange way, almost as if weightless. Then the figure slowly disappears. Those watching the camera seem alarmed by what they see and have no explanation for what's happening. So, what do you think? Could this be a really strange video glitch? Is it a hoax? And if so, why would someone risk damaging their car by standing and moving on the roof? Let me know down in the comments. Right next door. This next video comes from a TikTok page that is completely unrelated to anything paranormal. TikTok user Nicholas Lorenzon from Argentina normally just shares videos of his family, travel, workouts, cars, and motorcycles. But one day, out of curiosity, Nicholas decides to explore an abandoned house in his city that is said to be haunted. He jokingly walks through the building, shouting and pretending to be the police. It's not until he reviews his footage later that he discovers something truly bizarre.
What is it?
Someone or something can be seen watching Nicholas from a doorway before quickly disappearing out of sight. Nicholas has no idea who or what he captured on that night, and is very glad that he didn't notice or have a more direct encounter with this odd, creepy figure. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel.
See, that's why I don't like watching, or that's why, you know, whenever you catch it like at a glance, it's like your peripheral vision. It's so hard for people to believe you unless you have some video evidence. And with some of these, you know, when you're going so fast with the camera and you catch it, you know, you see a lot of, you'll see color patterns that are being projected, and there's two words for it that our mind makes out certain objects. Like whenever we look at clouds, we can, you know, oh, that looks like this in a cloud. The scientific term is pareidolia. And then there's after these three kids said they, you know, Mother Mary had you know, visited them 3 times, and it happened in front of thousands of people on the 3rd time, and they call that Fata Morgana, and they both mean the same thing, but because of the color of the walls and the paint and all that, and with him just quickly scrolling like this, you know, it might just be that he picked up the colors of the wall, and that's why it looks like that. When it's disappearing because he's pulling back this way, of course it's going in. Why doesn't it stay or even come out a little bit more to be even more, you know, curious, as he's not even focusing on that area now. Now he's became vulnerable. So I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm looking to get out another one, and hopefully the sound wasn't too bad on this. Got a new mic and everything, trying to make sure it sounds all good. So yeah, I'll see you guys real soon, and thank you for staying through the whole video. For those of you guys who are new, like, subscribe, and tickle that button. Alright, enough said. You guys have a good one, and I'll be right back.